Hey folks, Jonathan here. We're back at it and we're getting ready to do the final things we need to do to start putting it together. And one thing I wanted to show, I guess I had somebody ask about it, was how I smoothed the case out. And we've still got plenty to do inside, so I'm going to show you how I done that. It just takes a couple seconds. It looks a lot rougher on camera than it does, you know, to actually feel it. I mean, it's nothing like it looks on camera. You know, it's just a little bit unsmooth. It's not big bumps like it looks like. But anyway, I'll show you real quick how quick it cleans up, and we'll get at it. Now, you know, this aluminum casting is no different than wood. It's discolored. Almost looks like porosity, but it's not. That's where I slid the cylinder down it. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, you know, this casting is a lot like wood. You know, it takes time to perfect it, and you know, to do a really good job. And I didn't take the time. As you can see, you know, we just cast and went on, and I done the woodwork and went on. And you know, if it was something I done for a living or something that I really like to do and done it, you know, once a week or once a day, then you know, you're going to perfect it and you're going to get really good at it. And you know, I haven't perfected none of this, and that's why it is what it is. But as you can see, you know, it's not bad. It'll work out just fine. And you know, if you want to get perfect at something, you really got to do it a lot and practice at it. But you know, this is good enough to get by. So anyway, let me get the die grinder set up, and I'll show you how I clean that out. Okay, folks. Here's what I'm using, just a die grinder. Has that, I think it's, yeah, roll and lock type. This one, I've done that whole case, you know, the outside of this case, the other case, and that cam cover with this one spot. No, this one, with just this one wheel here. And really good ones. I'm surprised because they're actually cheap eBay ones. And you know, they're all expensive, but if, you know, I think this box of 10 was $8, and they do a really good job. I'm really impressed because I bought 2 boxes because I figured I'd use a bunch, and I didn't end up using but one. So anyway, I'll show you how good it does clean up. I'm just going to take one little area there and strip it there. As you can see, and it's really nice and smooth. So, you know, it's not as rough as it looks. There's a couple of little rough spots, but most of it's pretty smooth. So we'll go ahead and knock it out and get it ready so the oil will run down it good and it'll stay clean. If you got a lot of roughness in the block, you know, the oil tries to hang on it and you get dirty over time. But I mean, we're not too worried about it on this anyway. But we're gonna clean it out. All right. Show you more. I wanted to show you, that's going to come right out on top of the gear. I cut holes in it here to open it up to get the oil to splash through, which some of it will, I'm sure. And then the rest of it will hopefully get caught in these little traps I got here. It goes from inside to beyond center, and that way when that slinger comes up and any oil lands in them, they're angled, and it's gonna run down, and it's gonna run out the holes here. And them are pressed in really good. They're not moving or going anywhere. And that should do it. One on each side. And then that was the oiling system. You know, like I said, I wanted to try and see how it would work out. Okay, folks, we're trying to cut the keyway in this shaft as hard as a rock. And I didn't think it would be that hard because it turned pretty easy on the lathe, but it's hard to see. But I do have it cut. I did it with a carbide ball mill, 1/8 inch. Now I've got to go back in with a regular end mill and try to clean it up to get the radiuses off the bottom, you know, the bottom edges. I've tried it with a high-speed steel regular end mill, and it just wanted to burn the end mill up. So anyway, we're working on that now, so we can get to work on reassembly. Show you something else I got in. All right, laying in the pile of parts here. Got this air cleaner in. This is a Viller style air cleaner. I really like it. I like the way it's made, and it actually has a choke built into it, and you turn it and it closes. But a little bit big for our carburetor on the neck here, but I can make a split bushing. Now this come out of India. I'm sure it's just repop that they make there, but it was $16 free shipping, and that's just unbelievable that you can get something clear from India and only pay $16 for it. So but it's not necessarily period correct, but I just like the looks of it. I like the older look. Plus it gives us a choke, because that carburetor didn't have a choke, which we really didn't have to have, but it'll look neat on there. I like the style of it. So anyway, get back at it. Okay folks, we've got the keyway cut in this shaft, 1/8 inch. What I ended up doing, it may be hard to see here, but anyway, I took a carbide ball mill. It's a double-ended ball mill, and my high-speed steel wouldn't cut it, so I used the ball mill. I cut it, and then I took the other end of the ball mill and I ground the ball off the end, the rounded section, and then instead of plunging it, I just come in from the side to clean it up. The bottom radius is where the ball mill had left, and that worked out really good. It worked perfect. So we've got that done, and I know that's not the right way to do it, but it's all I had to do. And I didn't have a regular carbide end mill, and I could have ordered one, but that'd put us waiting again, and we got no time for that. So anyway, I've got to figure out whether I'm going to try to do this in an 1/8 or go to I don't know, whatever the next size down was, 3/32, I think. I don't know how bad it's going to be, and there's nothing on it anywhere, so, but it needs to be keyed, and for the sprocket, so we'll see what we can do. All right, show you more. Okay folks, we're finally getting close to assembly, and I didn't want to post another video without posting some assembly, and got a friend here. I don't know what it is, but it's come to see me anyway. But anyway, what we're going to do, or what we've got left to do, is I got to shorten the slinger up, the oil slinger, and I have got to put in an oil fill. I think I'm just going to put this in. I could put it at an angle. I can machine it and try to put it straight. Before I do that, I need to check the sonar, make sure it's not going to hit anything. I don't know. There's so many decisions. It's hard to figure anything out. And I don't have to keep this permanent. This is going to be a threaded in, so we can thread something different in later if we want. I was going to drill a hole in this cap for a vent. I wanted to get it up high, and that'll keep any oil from just jumping out. But we'll see how that works out. I don't know if I told you or not. I decided to go with one valve for the oil, the level, the height, and I'll just open it up, pour oil in it until it comes out, close it up, run it. Whenever I check the oil, just turn it on, and if nothing comes out, just fill it up a little bit until it comes out. We'll just use just a single one. There's not a lot of room on here. That pulley's going to be here, 5-inch diameter, so I don't want it to be in the way. And I showed you the drain that's in it, and the oiling lines I put in the other side. The keyways are cut, so we'll get this done and get the oil slinger shortened up like I need it. I haven't done that yet, and then we will we're going to start assembling. I'm going to pour the oil in. We're going to leave the seals out. The oil levels below the seals. Then we're going to turn it over with a drill with the cam cover off, and we're going to try to see what kind of oiling we get. Make sure that we get oil to everything we need to get it to, and make sure the slinger's working good and everything. And so let me get on this and get this knocked out in the the slinger and we'll get her together. Don't leave, little buddy. Ah, he's leaving me. Okay, folks, I just went and got the mail and I got my new piston in. Oversized, so we're good to go with it. Put the cylinder, I just slid it on there on this half. And if I machined it and put it straight, we're going to be hitting. I think I'll just go in at the angle. I think it'll be fine. Like I said, we can change it if I don't like it. I could turn it down and make it round, but that'd be like putting a piece of pipe in it. So anyway, we're going to get it in there and just live with it for now and move it in a little ways. We just got to clear this bolt, make sure we don't get anywhere close to there. So that's going to work. So we're going to get that done and then we'll get at it. Okay, we got our oil fill on. You know, it may not be permanent, it may be temporary. I could not find a 3/8 tap, so I ended up using an adapter and using a 1/2 inch pipe thread tap. Nobody had one around. I wasn't going to wait to order one, so like I said, we can change that out later if I don't like it. But anyway, time to shorten the slinger and put this thing together. So, show you more. Okay, I stuck it together one more time just to make sure everything cleared. Now I'm going to take it back apart. We're going to go ahead and put sealer around the case, and I'm going to leave the seals out for now and seal everything up with some thread tape. And I'm going to go ahead and put some oil in it and see, spin it over with, like I said, with the drill and make sure we're getting oil moving in it like we need to. Alright, show you when I get ready. Alright folks, go start putting the engine together and we'll oil everything up as we go and seal the case up, and hopefully everything will go good. Okay, I'll let you see where the slinger is going to now. So it's just close, but it's not hitting at all. So we're good to go there. We got the sealer on. We're ready to put the other side on. Alright folks, we've got everything sealed up, ready to go. I'm going to put some oil in it and we're going to turn it over and see what happens. I haven't put oil in it, that's the only thing I need to do. And I've got the valve open on the other side, so we'll see how far it, we'll see how much it holds before it starts leaking out of my valve back here. Should have a funnel, but hopefully it don't start pouring out of the motor, right? And we're dripping out. A little bit more. All right. Alright, it took, we're down to about there, so it took about 3/4 of a quart, which should be fine. Oh, it might be a little high, we're leaking out. Let me open the valve back up on it. I guess that's the level. I put a hole in it for a return and I guess it's lower than the valve, so that's probably not good. But we'll still be able to see if we get anything slinging out of it. That's what we're trying to shoot for. And I'm going to try to do this without getting too much in your way. Yeah, it's slinging out good. As you can see, it's got it everywhere, so I don't think we've got any worries. Yeah, we've gotten oil to the... And that wasn't turning it very fast either. So we've gotten oil to the bearing, of course. It's starting to come out of the top side now. It's coming, a little bit's coming out of the return. And then we had a load of it coming out of here. We didn't even get a chance to roll it over enough to see how well it come out of our little oil tubes, but that's fine. We know it's going to get oil. And that oil in there is wet, or that bearing in there is wet. So we're good to go. And there's our shut off. So anyway, so now that we got oil, we know we're going to be fine. And as you can see, the way that oil was coming out of there, that you know, it's going to get plenty of oil on the cams and lifters and all that. So I'm not worried a bit about it. So that's a good thing. So now we're going to get everything cleaned up here, and then we're going to keep on assembling and try to get the rest of the engine together. And I've got all the parts, piston to come in today, and so I've got to do some honing, and I think we'll have it running really soon. So appreciate everybody watching, and till next time, bye.